attend to the hearing in circumstances where Mr. Zuma has left, I've been told. Mr. Zuma had been issued with a summons to be here. He has left today without asking me to be excused.
Those scathing words of anger uttered by the State Capture Commission of Inquiry Chairperson, Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, were preceded by this walkout of the Commission by former President Jacob Zuma after the chairperson refused to recuse himself. Zuma continued with his defiance not only of the Commission but also a directive by the Concourt that he must appear before the Commission.
Never before has the authority and legitimacy of the Constitutional Court been subjected to the kinds of attacks that Mr. Zuma has elected to launch against it and its members. Never before has the judicial process been so threatened. Although Mr. Zuma is no longer president, his conduct flies in the face of the obligation he bore as president. And it is also not insignificant that Mr. Zuma's contemptuous conduct relate to his duty to account for the time that he was in office, so is accordingly inextricably linked to his constitutional obligations as a public office bearer. The Constitutional Court holds that it is disturbing that he, who twice swore allegiance to the Republic, its laws and the Constitution, has sought to ignore, undermine, and in many ways destroy the rule of law altogether.
The Constitutional Court says the former president has an obligation to protect the Constitution but has failed to do so. Justice Kambimbi further says the majority judgment viewed the former president as someone who portrays himself as a victim.
No person is above the law, and every person, whatever be her or his rank or condition, is subject to the ordinary realm of the law and amenable to the jurisdiction of its tribunals. An act of defiance in respect of a direct judicial order has the potential to precipitate a constitutional crisis. If with impunity, litigants are allowed to decide which orders they wish to obey and which they wish to ignore, then our Constitution is not worth the paper upon which it is written.
The majority judgment says the court was left with no alternative but to incarcerate the former president.
Left with no option but to commit Mr. Zuma to imprisonment with the hope that doing so sends an unequivocal message. In this, our constitutional dispensation, the rule of law and the administration of justice prevails.
Zuma has to hand himself over to a police station within 5 days, failing which the Minister of Police must make an arrest.
It is declared that Mr. Jacob Zuma is guilty of the crime of contempt of court for failure to comply with the order made by this court in Secretary of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture, corruption and fraud in the public sector, including organs of state, versus Jacob Zuma. Mr. Jacob Zuma is sentenced to undergo 15 months imprisonment. 5, Mr. Jacob Zuma is ordered to submit himself to the South African police at Nkandla police station or Johannesburg Central Police Station within 5 calendar days from the date of this order for the station commander or other officer in charge of that police station to ensure that he is immediately delivered to a correctional center to commence serving the sentence imposed in paragraph 4.
In an unprecedented manner, the Constitutional Court has ruled that former President Jacob Zuma will be incarcerated for 15 months. This is after former President Jacob Zuma refused to comply with the Constitutional Court order that he must go to the State Capture Commission of Inquiry and answer all questions. But the former president launched a scathing attack on the judiciary. Acting Chief Justice Kampimpi says the former president is a threat to constitutional democracy and the judiciary in the Republic of South Africa. Samkele Maseko, SABC News, Johannesburg.